I don't presume the average person should know those things, and so I don't take it personally, but even somebody who is...
It's been well over a week since the verdict of the case against her, brought forward by Johnny Depp, reached its end, and while Amber Heard has managed to stay away from the media all this time, the actress has finally come out to say a few words. And not just that, she actually debunked virtually everything Elaine had been saying about the case. So now, everyone is wondering, is she doing damage control, or has she finally reached that realization we've all seen from the beginning? Let's find out what she had to say. It's no secret that Amber Heard wasn't exactly happy about the verdict that was passed in the defamation suit. In fact, she actually posted a statement condemning it to the world only minutes after it was read. But now, it seems the actress might actually be over all of that and have come to the realization that she was wrong about things. It's strange because throughout the trial, we never actually saw Amber take responsibility for any of her actions while she was married to Depp, right from the drugs and alcohol all the way to actually assaulting him. But she just might have turned a new leaf. At least that's what she showed the world in her recent interview, which has basically turned social media as we know it upside down. The reason there was so much noise around Amber's interview isn't totally because of what she said per se. Most of it is actually because the actress basically refuted virtually everything her lawyer had been saying. If you've been following the case up until this point, then this is probably not the first time you're hearing about Elaine blabbing. But if you are new to this, you should know that Amber's lawyer has actually been going on interviews right from the day when the verdict was announced, and she was pointing fingers to everyone involved in the case and blaming them for their loss. Taking to the first interview, the lawyer described the verdict as
setback for women inside the courtroom and outside the courtroom.
Because
basically what this said, Amber had an enormous amount of evidence, although a lot of it was suppressed in this case as opposed to the UK. But look at all the women who have no evidence. All these women who suffer from domestic violence, domestic abuse, they don't have evidence. And basically what this jury said is unless you pull out your cell phone and you tape record your spouse beating you.
Now, given that Elaine has been representing Amber in court and even represented her on that show, you'd assume that they both went over what she said on the show. But it seems Elaine might have actually been acting on her own, because Amber showed us a completely different person on her own interview, as opposed to Elaine blaming the jurors for coming to a malicious verdict after being influenced by their families and everything around them, and also claiming that Johnny's people weren't playing fair. Amber actually believes that things played out the exact way they were supposed to, considering all of the evidence and facts involved in the case.
There's no polite way to say it. The jury looked at the evidence you presented. They listened to your testimony, and they did not believe you. They thought you were lying.
How could... I'll put it this way. How could they make a judgment? How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks of nonstop, relentless testimony from paid employees, and towards the end of the trial, randos, as I say.
So you don't blame the jury?
I don't blame them. It wasn't, I don't blame them. I actually understand he's a beloved character, and people feel they know him. He's a fantastic actor.
Not only did Amber admit that she actually understood why the jury got to their conclusions, but one of the other even more surprising fact was that she complimented Johnny and described him as a fantastic actor. Now, we don't know if this whole thing is just a plot for Amber to garner more affection from the public, or if she actually recognizes her shortcomings as was proven by the court. But whatever it was, it sure had a lot of fans talking. One user who saw the interview wrote, "I'm actually impressed. I'll reserve judgment until I hear the rest of the interview. She's literally the one-upping Elaine again." Another user who is also as shocked about the revelation wrote, "She knows it was fair because she knows she is lying. She just doesn't like that she didn't get her way and is probably at least a little embarrassed that they didn't believe her." Watching the whole trial, I don't know how the jury wouldn't have found in JD's favor. I have to say, I'm pretty impressed that Amber took all of that time off only to realize how she already lost from the start. But regardless, tell us, do you actually believe her sob story, or is it all just fake to you?